Welcome back to another amazing podcast, the number one podcast in the world.
Yes, the Tiralosi Twins podcast.
So kick us off. What's on your mind?
Well, trying to decide what I should say first, but I'd say, okay, first of all, I don't know if you noticed, but this is a new color, winter solstice shirt, cut shirt. Let me know how you like it in the comments. And another thing, I think how I wanted a sword, I think my desire for getting a sword is getting a little backed up, like getting some backing. I think people are starting to support the movement.
Like backed up as in like you're losing
Good thing.
some...
Good thing.
Oh, okay.
So I think. Getting a good Viking sword with the caliber that I would want would be around $3,000. So, let me know if I should start a GoFundMe for it. If you think I should, comment I.
Let me just say I'm not in favor of this.
Yeah, I know you're jealous of the sword. I get it.
I'm not jealous
I get
of the
it,
sword.
dude.
You're not going to use it. And actually,
I'm not going to use it.
To be frank, I don't know if we should trust you with this sword.
Why would you be frank?
But yeah, and to follow that up, I'm going to follow that up with kind of something more realistic and practical. There isn't really any good medieval games, so
There are. You just not split screen.
no, it doesn't have to be split screen. Why? Like what medieval games are there? There's not really much.
Well, not on your PC because you made a bad decision with that, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about your PS4. Forgot about that one.
Yeah, we can use Valhalla on there.
I can get Valhalla.
You can't. You can't get Valhalla.
I can.
I'd like to see you try then.
Okay.
And then we'll Twitch stream it. So there's that. Either that or we're using my PS4 for that. And I was actually going to bring this up too. The game For Honor looks like a sick game, but it's not cross-platform, so we can't really do that. And it's not. What else was it not? I think that was the only issue. Because I think it's on PC. Yeah, it's on PC. But the only issue is it's not cross-platform. But I think I'd still get it, and yeah, I just don't know how we'd Twitch stream it.
It looks too arcadey.
No, it's cool. It looks cool. Because it's almost like how I guess The Witcher was, and how those open world combat games are kind of turning into. It's kind of I would say it's kind of like a hybrid between that and almost like the Chinese made or Asian made games, like how the samurai games are. So I think it's a little bit of a hybrid between that and those, the normal open world games.
I don't know. I just think.
But yeah, I could make an amazing game that everyone would love. Like if I was just brought on board as a creative director or something for one of these games.
Oh, we gotta hydrate.
Oh.
Oh, and thank you, Jackson, for subscribing.
Thank you, Jackson.
But yeah, continue.
But yeah, if I was brought on as a creative director for one of these games, I could probably make the best game ever made. I'm just gonna put it that way. I don't know how to do it, like physically or technically, but I have the ideas for it, and I know what people would want.
There's so many different things that have really
Like, it's not that hard to make a GTA of medieval times, you know? That's all people want. And take it in a little bit of a new direction.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been disappointed by so many games just because it can be an easy fix, and it's just not that way. Like,
because they're all looking to make, how can I make the most money, doing that. But if you're making a great game, like, look at Fortnite. It was a free game. They just keep adding stuff like skins and stuff, and they just keep adding what people would want in the game versus focusing on the immediate gain for money, like tying people down to buy stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's just frustrating when you're playing a game, or, you see the potential and they just don't finish on that potential. Like, I would say GTA does a really great job with that, but that's a very specific type of game. If you applied that to like medieval times,
if you
you
apply
would have.
Yeah, I mean, they're applying concepts to these type of games, but they're not hitting the nail on the head. They're not scratching that itch. They're just kind of making it, here's enough to quiet people down. They're like, okay, well, we'll give them this, and they'll be like, okay, well, I mean, at least there's this. But why not just tie it all in, make an amazing game, and I just have so many ideas on the matter.
Yeah. So keep going with what's on your mind, because I'm still struggling to pick up my.
Pick up your.
It's my notes are just not working for some reason. They just disappeared. So
where'd you have them?
They're on the internet. I'm working off a Google Doc, but it's just not letting me open it.
Is it the same Google Doc?
Yeah.
What if I just tried to find it?
No, I could find it.
Well, then find it.
I'm just trying to reload it. But yeah, what else do you have? Do you have anything else?
I
kind of remember what I kind of put down.
Yeah, I mean, that's mainly what's on my mind. Today I was just on a witch hunt to find a good game that we can stream. But nothing ticks all the boxes,
Yeah. Oh, we got another hydrate.
Oh.
You guys really love that hydrate button.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for keeping us hydrated.
But, yeah, so I actually saw this. I'm just going to kind of just go off what I remember. I saw, I guess, do you remember Jack and Jack from Vine or whatever?
They made a song before.
Yeah.
They made a couple songs.
So, Jack and Jack, one of the Jacks, I don't really know their names or anything, but one
Probably
of the Jacks.
Jack. I'd guess one of them. That's one of their names.
Yeah, probably Jack. Not Jack, but Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
But, yeah, so anyway, he was on a podcast, and he was talking about how David Dobrik came up to him and asked him if he could, like, do a video with him. He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, it's David Dobrik. And he's like, yeah, well, the reason why, I was asking you is because when I first got started,
Wait,
I created
this is Dobrik talking?
This is Dobrik. He's like, the way I started was I created a fan page for you, a Vine fan page, and I ended up making $5,000 and was able to move to L.A. But he's like, I've never told anyone this before, but I just wanted to let you know that, you were the reason that I was able to move to L.A. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's deep. Why isn't this on social media, though?
I saw it on social media, but I think it's pretty new. I think it's a brand, like, I think he just...
No, I'm saying, why didn't you put this in the category of social media?
Oh.
We have categories for these things.
Yeah, well, I didn't really... It was kind of when I was compiling my list. But yeah, no, I put it there because that was kind of an initial thing, because I thought we'd be able to expand on that a little bit. But I never would have expected him to start out that way, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, Liza kind of gave him all his popularity, but
Yeah, that is something that a lot of people forget about. That if it wasn't for Liza, there would probably be no David Dobrik.
yeah, he was chubbier back then too. Wasn't quite as funny, but no, I mean, that's pretty crazy that I didn't know they got started before him. And yeah, I mean, Vine just overall, all those kids, it's crazy how much money they made.
Yeah, I mean, Vine was really well, it's because when Vine started, one, it had the creators in mind a little bit more. So like, it was the first platform to ever do something like that. So
wait, why did it disappear? Why did it go away?
I think it did start to die out a little bit, just because people were kind of moving away from. They didn't really adapt.
Appreciate it.
They didn't really adapt the platform very much. But basically, they were the first app to really do something like that, the short videos, and it took off. And I remember how addicting it was. You would just scroll through, kind of like how TikTok is now, but before, no one knew.
Yeah,
like you could really be that addicted to watching videos.
Plus, there was like one,
and that was before Instagram and YouTube really took off.
1/1,000,000th of the creators and people actually on there. So,
oh yeah,
your virality on there must have been crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. There was but they did start out. I think, and the point I was trying to get to was that they started out and they were trying to, I think, give a platform for creators to make like all their money. It wasn't just like, oh, make money here, make money here. Once they saw that they're getting all that attention, they're just throwing money at these creators.
Yeah, I mean, for a good call, that's a good thing they did too, because it helped them.
Yeah, no, it helped them grow a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much money they actually came out though with. Like the creator of Vine.
Yeah. But dang, do I wish I had the foresight back then. I wish I knew what Vine was earlier on.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know, like, I don't think I even knew, like, how to make a video back then.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't know you could create them. I thought it was just, I thought you just watched other people do it.
Vine was kind of one of those things. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, I just wasn't in the mindset. Like, we were young.
I was a consumer back then.
Yeah,
I was just that's just how it was.
But I mean, we were pretty early on TikTok. I remember I was looking up because we wanted to get into YouTube, and that's kind of right after the peak. Like in 2017 is when we started kind of looking to start doing YouTube videos.
Right when Dobrik got big.
Yeah, when he was getting pretty big. And I saw something. I saw this one YouTube video. It was like a 18-year-old kid. He was like talking about how like, oh, if you're trying to grow YouTube or whatever, you need to be on this app. It's like it's making all these people huge and stuff like that. And it's like has barely any views. Like no one knew about this. And I was looking on the app and I downloaded the app. I'm like, wow, this could be something. And I was kind of reading a little bit, and I read an article that said, it could be like this app could be bigger. It's showing similar trend patterns to an
Vine.
Instagram or a Facebook.
Oh,
to where it just is going to take over. And I was like, I don't know that much, but I do know that it is going to grow just from what we see with the trend and stuff. And then you can tell them about our first video, Cody. How did that go? We're like, all right, we're going to try it. We're going to take a video.
Yeah. So I guess the first video, we both had separate accounts at the time. And then we both did the same because there was a trend. It was like some weird, I don't know what it was called, but we did it and he posted it, got like I don't know how many, like 500 views or something. Then
No, I think it was a lot to what.
No.
I mean, it was a
like,
decent amount, I think.
It was like 500 or something. And then I posted it and it blew up. I've never seen so many people like following and liking anything of mine like that. Absolutely blew up. But I was still thinking about deleting the app the next day.
I mean, we were thinking about deleting.
That was the first.
We were thinking about deleting the app the whole first year before we actually saw like some legitimate creators and stuff.
And we were getting like right away. We were getting way more views than we are now because we're shadow banned. But
but that's besides the point.
Yeah, that's besides the point. I won't talk about that. But but yeah, no, it was crazy. We got basically 50,000 followers in 2 months without really doing that much.
We didn't even post every day. It was like something very casual.
People just loved what we were doing right away. TikTok noticed it too, and they were loving it.
And back then you could do, so there was different categories. So this is where we kind of like schemed a little bit.
We hacked it.
We knew, well, no, not really. We only had 2 videos. Like it was only in the span of like when we figured it out that we posted like 2 videos.
Yeah, they changed it immediately.
Yeah, they changed it as soon as we noticed, but they had different categories. Like you could do vlog, you could do pets, you could do different things.
I think it was a lot better because it was simplified. Like it's how hashtags. It was basically how hashtags work, and that's how they separated the video categories. And it was a lot simpler. It was a lot better, in my opinion. But it wasn't as viral, I guess you'd say. It wasn't as addicting. It wasn't as viral.
Yeah, it was very localized.
I liked it better though, because of that.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean,
but we did it. Like I said, we did it for 2 months. Got 50,000 followers and just kind of stopped, and then we kind of coasted. And
there's a lot of times in
we could have been at
then.
we could have been at like 2 million by now. If
There's a lot of we took
it seriously.
Probably total time from the start of it to now. We probably took a total of like a year and a half off.
Yeah, we're in the peak when we could have. But I mean, story of our life. You know?
hey, we don't talk like that. But no. I mean, it's kind of crazy of like how we've seen it evolve because we've been on it really since the beginning of when it started to catch a lot of traction, and it's been pretty interesting. But yeah, if you could talk about something else that's on your mind, because I'm still trying to figure out how to get my notes up.
We've been talking for like an hour already, man. Find your notes. You said you were gonna find it. Let me find it.
It won't let me log in, so I'm trying. Just what's on your mind, Cody?
I need to find your Google Doc here. I need permission. Oh.
No, I could find it if I just go to
there. Here.
You got it?
Wait, no, that's episode 2. How are you organizing these?
I had it on my laptop or my computer.
Oh, wait, there you go. Just scroll down. No, that's 3. You need to organize these better. Was this recent?
Anyway, I'm sure I could.
Best candy flavors? No, that's different. Should I just steal all your notes here?
Can you just send me my notes?
I'm trying to find it, dude. You label every one of them. You have like 3 different podcasts.
It's labeled.
Episode 3s.
It's episode. This isn't episode 3. This is episode 12.
Yeah, but you had like a
billion
of episode 3s. You're telling me you're not the one in it.
Well, you're looking at something wrong then, because
episode 12.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just start reading yours.
Just read one of mine so I can expand on it.
Drake's concert video.
Oh, okay, and then send it to me. So Drake's concert video.
Yeah.
I actually want to talk about this because I saw on TikTok, it was like this one kid was like, people who have, for generations to come are going to speak about this Drake concert. And I saw and then he played a video right after of the concert. and Drake was like in and out of auto-tune, and it wasn't even like good vocals. And I didn't know if he was being serious or if he was joking, but everyone underneath was like, yeah, this is legendary, all this. Like, everyone's hyping it up. I was like, it really wasn't that good.
So it was just like, didn't sound good? Or like how? What?
No, it sounded, so it wasn't terrible, but you could hear him going in and out of auto-tune. So it wasn't like it was an amazing concert.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I was about to take a shot at, a certain rapper, but I'm not going to do that. Did you get your notes?
Yeah, I did.
You got something to say?
Yeah. So
I was going to say like maybe a magic word, but
what?
Never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess there is theories out there that if you, I don't know how they would use it, but Listerine would prevent you against getting COVID.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if that was a joke or if people were serious, but like, I guess it was the CDC or whatever had to come out and be like, yeah, like Listerine.
Viral, that wouldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But they had to kind of prove that, like, they had to like make a statement.
It can't. They're probably saying it can't survive in your mouth if you use Listerine. I don't know.
Probably I really don't know the thought process behind that because that really makes no sense. But
I think it was just an advertising thing. They just wanted to put it on their bottle.
Yeah, maybe. But no, I don't think they started it. They probably said like Listerine kills 99.99% of
COVID.
all bacteria and viruses, including COVID. Yeah, something like that. That's probably where people got it from. But so yeah, hackers. Apparently, there was a big cream cheese shortage recently.
Probably all the desserts people are making and the casseroles. You need cream cheese for certain casseroles.
Well, apparently, bagel shops don't really have many. They were like running out of cream cheese, so hackers, I guess, were to blame for that because they hacked the
like Vinny hacker.
No. Like regular hackers. But anyway, yeah, so they're to blame for that.
Do you have anything else on your mind?
No. What do you think of?
Nothing. No,
you just randomly laughed?
I mean, you just didn't say anything. You just kind of stopped.
You didn't say anything, dude. You stopped. You didn't say anything in response.
What am I going to say to that? Okay, cool.
You said hacker, like Vinny hacker.
Yeah, and then I mean, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, hackers. They're going to steal all your cream cheese. I mean, what do you want me to add to that? I like cream cheese. Okay, is that what you want me to say?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. It is Dewey Decimal System Day. Festival for the souls of dead whales. So, RIP to those whales. Human Rights Day. National Lager Day. So, have a lager for us today. National Salesperson's Day. So, buy something from your local salesperson. Nobel Prize Day. And Official Lost and Found Day. I feel like I had something else. I feel like I missed one.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue with my strange ones here. Self-Importance Declaration Day. So I declare that I'm important. All right, I guess I'm the only one celebrating this. Finding new ways to earn money day.
No, I'm not a narcissist.
So, yeah, yeah, you are. But, yeah, so finding new ways to make money. We could start a water company.
Wait, it's finding... Wait, say it again.
Finding new ways to make money.
Finding new ways.
That's not money.
That's not a new way. I think it's making, like, completely new ways. Right?
I don't know. I think it's new ways out of what you're already doing. Anyway,
Well,
dreaming about Premium Day. Not sure what that means.
what's Premium Day?
The day to remember how much you drank last New Year.
Why?
I can't remember. That's that's the
All I remember is we were at the pregame, and then no, I don't even remember last New Year's.
and then Careerist Day.
Careerist? Like someone tells you your career?
I don't know. I don't know how these holidays. I told you these are strange holidays. So
Okay. Well, happy holidays, guys.
happy holidays.
And
Moving on to sports.
we should add the Luke Kuechly. And then that'll be our intro to sports. So we'll think on that. That might be a good one. But yeah, Billy Napier got Corey Raymond, the cornerback coach from LSU. So Florida will now be, hopefully, the DBU.
I don't know though, because
See, you're a hater, man.
no. Let me just say this.
Pessimist.
For some reason, all of our DBs, they're great athletes, they're great players in the NFL, they do all this, but when they come to Florida, they just don't perform. With some exceptions, I think.
They're the Orlando Magic of the NCAA.
Yeah. So I think Elam, played an outstanding season. He was probably our best. Yeah, he was probably our best corner in the last 10 years. Just because he's played shutdown defense against. He was always on the number one receiver.
He was probably the best cornerback in the country this year.
They asked, is Jax awake? And I looked down and he's so passed out on his back.
Yeah, only if you saw. By the way, I tried to take a picture of it, but then you started talking, and then he turned. But yeah, no, he looked like he was gone.
But hydrate.
And he just yawned.
But yeah, anyway, so I'm doubtful until I see it happen. And I've had something in my eye all day today.
I had something in my eye
all day today, and I can't do anything about it. So,
well, you could try to get it out.
No.
Oh, that's something you could do about it.
I've tried to get it out. That's the problem. Anyway, back to sports.
And I also saw that Oregon was inquiring about Chip Kelly. Wouldn't that be amazing if Oregon was back in their peak with Chip Kelly?
Well, Chip Kelly's not really doing much right now.
Well,
right?
Now, if he goes back to Oregon, he'll be back in his element there. Now, he'll have to adapt his old offense because he was the first one to do it, his high-tempo offense. But I think I think it'll bring back some good, juju for him. I think he'll really, get back up there if he goes to Oregon. But right now he's at UCLA, so not really sure.
Yeah.
Just kind of a hopeful thing.
I don't think he's going to go back. I don't think he will for at least the short time. But
yeah, who knows?
Maybe eventually. But so Demaryius Thomas.
I was going to wait on that, but I still have college football.
Okay.
Yeah. Spencer Rattler. So I know. I kind of said he was. People were saying he was going to go to UCLA, but it's looking like he's going to go to Nebraska and join Scott Frost.
I could see that being a possibility.
Because Adrian Martinez is transferring. So, speaking of that,
he thinks he's better than he is, probably.
Who, Adrian Martinez?
Yeah. If he's transferring from Nebraska.
Well, to be fair, Nebraska, coaching-wise and all-out team-wise, they're not what they should be.
Well, I mean, they shouldn't be that good anyway. They gave themselves. They had so many opportunities, and they played a lot of teams well this year. So you can't really.
Well, they used to have. I mean, they would have some great running backs come out of there, you know. So, but yeah, like I was saying, what's up with all these players transferring and decommitting from these schools? Like, what's a little like you can't handle a little adversity?
Wait for what?
Every player is going into the transfer portal. Every player on like every team. It's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it.
Every single player on every single team.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you said. It is. I mean, you didn't say anything specific. I've only seen a few players enter the transfer portal.
Diabate, Summerall, a ton of others from just Florida. Max Johnson, his brother, who's the tight end. Adrian Martinez. I've listed all these people. Adrian Martinez, Spencer Rattler. And then pretty much every Oklahoma player. Alabama DBs are transferring.
Well, I think a lot of them,
USC.
I think a lot of them can afford to because of all these NIL deals. And I think they do have this in mind, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're going for. And then some are going for a fresh start. But some see, new people coming in and probably going to take their spot.
Yeah, and I just saw a comment that it's about their egos. I do agree with that because most of these players are coming from being 5 stars, 4 stars in high school and getting all this attention, and then they come to a Division I school and they're on the second or third line, and that's just all about being getting developed and putting your time in, really.
And sometimes say if you're a quarterback, maybe the offense isn't right for you, or there's certain schemes that aren't a good fit for you and your play style. I get that, but at the same time, it's a lot of these players do have that ego where it's like, oh, it's not my fault. Like they just want to make excuses rather than suck it up. It's hard. You're literally in the 1% playing against everybody who's really good now. It's the next level here, so you're going to have to start working hard and not relying on your talent.
Yeah, and a lot of them just aren't football IQ smart, so they either can't remember the plays, they can't figure out what these schemes are, the football schemes for if they're a quarterback, they can't read a defense, and then they make dumb decisions. It's just things like that that you were just either, you got to work on.
Yeah, like I said, you can't rely on your physical talent that got you to that next level. That's why you're recruited, because your physical talent. Now you have to be developed and actually get the skill set to perform well. And even the players who perform well in college don't even make it. So, yeah. So face a little adversity, suck it up, and stop making excuses.
But yeah, that's and then we have the Army Navy game coming up this tomorrow actually. So who do you have in the Army Navy game? I haven't really watched either team, so I couldn't tell you. But I think traditionally Navy's usually better, so I'm gonna go with Navy.
That's tough especially because it's always such a low scoring game. The combined points in the last 15 years, I guess. I saw something where it was 34.1 combined points.
Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna go with Army.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Army.
Army's record's 8-3. Navy's is 3-8.
No, stick with Navy. Stick with Navy. No,
no. Army.
It's a rivalry game though. So
Army has. I think it's their quarterback that's actually pretty good.
Army's been good in the last few years. So I'm gonna say Army, but yet again, it's low scoring game. It's always a battle.
Yeah, it's a rivalry.
And especially these teams are ones that throw out the records, throw out the previous games. It's 0-0 at that point. So
they're warriors. So they'll be ready.
And then yeah, R.I.P. Demarius Thomas.
Yeah, so apparently I tried to look more into this. Apparently it was just like
It's a medical condition.
Yeah, a medical condition. So nothing crazy here. I know everyone's used to these crazy headlines, but R.I.P. He was a good player, really good player.
Yeah. And then do you have anything else for that?
No.
All right. Well,
social media.
I'm just going to get this out of the way. I saw a vegan egg video the other day.
Oh, so now they're getting to you.
Yeah. Except this one was actually made from scratch. It wasn't just a chicken who ate vegan, you know?
Oh, wait.
It was made
Repeat
from
that?
scratch. It was made to look like an egg, but it was literally whatever. Like they had the white, they made the whites, whatever that was made with, and then they made the yolk part, and it honestly it looked absolutely disgusting. I don't know how people eat that.
So it didn't look like real yolks?
It did at first. Like it looked like a real egg at first. But after seeing how they made it, no, I would,
Did it have a shell on it?
No, it wasn't an egg. They were all you make it from the ingredients. Like it wasn't an egg.
Oh, so they just kind of threw it on the pan?
What?
I don't know. You're not describing this. You're not painting a picture here.
Think about if you were to sculpt an egg that was already cracked and laid out in the pan.
Yeah, that's what I said. They just threw it on the pan.
Threw what on the pan?
I don't know. These ingredients that you're talking about, this fake
They
egg.
had the whites, and then they put the yellow yolk thing that they made.
Yeah, on the pan.
Where else are they going to put it?
Why didn't you just say yes then?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
So they just made it look like a sunny side up egg on the pan.
Yeah, they were frying an egg.
Okay, yeah, you should have just said that.
I did. I did say that.
You didn't. No, that's not what
You were like, oh, so where's the egg? Where's the shell? Like you were getting ahead of yourself.
Speaking of that, free range chickens are a scam,
Okay.
and here's why. They charge like double the price. No. For the amount of eggs you get, probably almost triple the price for free range chickens when their living situation is basically the same. They're all crowded in. There's no room.
That's why you got to get the.
You're not doing them a favor
local-
by buying free range versus regular eggs. So, I mean,
Well, some people have preferences. Just like they want to know the whole backstory and name of their cows and chickens and things that they're about to eat.
yeah. I mean, I may pay a little bit more for like something organic, but
Yeah, you're a sucker for that.
I'm not a sucker for organic stuff.
Yeah, you are. You're like, it's organic, it's healthy, no matter what it is.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what you think.
No.
But anyway, yeah. So
And then speaking of social media,
yeah, I just won't talk.
it's probably better that way. Pete Davidson is getting around, man. He's ripping pages out of
Wait,
Taylor's.
before
Let me
you
finish what I'm saying.
No. Before you say that, what does hats off mean? Because we just got someone who redeemed hats
We have to
off.
like put a hat on or something.
Oh,
How do you guys get so many points?
did you pay or? You... I was trying to
do
tell
you have any
it's not
hats?
that many. I have the Santa hat.
Oh yeah, we can do that. How long did it say on there?
I don't have.
Did it say a time frame?
I don't know. I can't read it.
That's right.
It doesn't say.
Okay.
We'll do it. We'll do it to the end of this episode or this end of this category.
All right.
But anyway, yeah. Continue.
Is that good? It's gonna fall off. All right. Does that look okay?
I mean, it's just we can't even see the top of the hat, but sure.
But yeah, what was I saying? After you rudely interrupted. So Pete Davidson is taking pages out of Taylor Swift's book, ripping them out, and then stuffing them in his pockets there and using them. So he's literally pretending to date every single big celebrity there is. Kim Kardashian, Miley Cyrus. He's on a publicity marketing stunt.
Well, the only difference is Pete Davidson isn't blaming it on the other person and causing this whole drama, and Taylor Swift's actually dating them and pointing the finger. So,
yeah, he's not writing songs about it.
Yeah.
You know, so I got to give him credit for that, but he's probably going to write skits about it. I'll tell you that. So he might be in the same boat. I'm trying to keep this on. It's falling off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this hat. I feel like if I was like a cat or a dog that you just put like the fake antlers or hats on, that's
and
how
then
I
just
feel
ears
right
are
now.
back.
Yeah, I'm just sitting still, trying like not to move. That's how I feel right now.
Jax liked his bow tie though. He looked handsome in it.
Oh yeah, we got to get Jack's Santa hat or elf hat or something.
Oh yeah,
or antlers.
let's get him a sweater.
But
get him a sweater with his face on it.
But yeah, so apparently Travis Scott was interviewed about his concert, and his story, he sounds genuine actually. And
yeah,
he said he didn't hear any screams or something. And I mean, if you hear a lot of screams, you kind of, now not like in distress, but if you hear them trying to scream at you,
no, they're cheering.
you could assume that you could think that they're cheering, because how often at a concert are they trying to stop the concert, you know?
And I saw a clip of, oh, my hat's probably gonna fall off.
But you saw a clip of what?
Well, let me hydrate. I saw a clip of Chris D'Elia talking on his podcast about it when it first happened. And let me put it on the side. Oh, no, that's not going to work. All right, that works. When it first happened, and
Just continue.
that didn't work. Yeah, when it first happened to Travis, and it first came out, and he's basically saying, like, the dude's performing, he's putting on a show, like, there's thousands and thousands of people, and do you think he like knew about it and kept rolling on? Like, no, like that's the most evil thing you can do, so
I don't know if that's the most evil thing you can do, but I think that, that's the last thing on your mind when you're trying to perform and put on a show. Like, you're not going to realize, you can't even see the crowd. Like, you have spotlights in your eyes.
Well, you can see the crowd, but it's hard to see the fine details if someone's on the ground getting trampled,
Yeah, so I don't know, like, it's not like he was like, oh, screw them, let's carry on, He didn't acknowledge it, and he didn't even know what's going on, so you can't really blame the guy.
Yeah, he didn't incite the violence either, so you can't really blame him.
Yeah.
It wasn't like him. You can't put, another thing Chris said is you can't put everything that his fans do on him.
Yeah. But I also saw this funny story that Dave Portnoy was telling about him at Thanksgiving. And apparently he took, like, I don't know, like 10 times the actual, like, dose that would get him stoned. And he was at Thanksgiving.
CBD or?
Yeah, with weed.
Oh, what was that?
Hey, thanks for gifting a sub.
Hey, thank you for the sub.
But yeah, so Dave Portnoy was just telling how he was at his family's house for Thanksgiving, and he took one of these edibles just to get loose, because I guess they didn't have any wine or whatever. And he's like, oh, I don't feel so good. And he went to the bed to lay down, And he said his parents don't really know. Like, they think just all drugs are drugs. Like, if you have like a bad reaction or whatever, like, it's serious. So he just laid down, and apparently he passed out like in front of him, and he woke up in a hospital bed. And he's like, yeah, I was so high, like I was like standing over my body.
Yeah. No, I don't I don't mess with drugs like that. Even if it's just a hallucinogen, you know.
Yeah, so he says he ruined Thanksgiving.
Probably. Yeah, no, everyone probably had to leave.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, this hat kept falling.
Mine fell off.
We need to get bigger hats. We'll do real hats.
Yeah, we need like we'll just bring in the Cuts hats and put those on when, you know.
Yeah.
Or something. You know, we'll figure out something.
Yeah. And then I have one more thing here in social media. So apparently Tony Hawk tweeted that he was in a coffee shop, and the worker at the coffee shop leans over and goes, you know, you look a lot like Tony Hawk.
Apparently he gets that a lot.
And then
apparently he gets that a ton.
Yeah. And then he said something like, yeah, I get that a lot, or something that kind of hinted at like he was making a joke out of it, but he's trying to like be sarcastic in the moment. And then when he was walking out, another worker was leaned over and was like, man, did anyone tell you look a lot like Tony Hawk? So he looks more like Tony Hawk than Tony Hawk, I guess.
Well, he is Tony Hawk.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. But anyway, he just apparently he looks so much like Tony Hawk that they don't believe that he's Tony Hawk.
There's somebody out there that looks like Tony Hawk that everyone's believing is Tony Hawk. I think that's the real thing.
I don't know, because why wouldn't you just ask him if he's Tony Hawk? You just don't believe it because of the stuff he's wearing?
Maybe. I think it's just because, I mean, I don't know. I think people are just kind of saying that to break the ice, and hopefully they say, or he says, yeah, I'm Tony Hawk. And they're like, what? No way. You know, that's probably where they were going with that.
Yeah, because... Well, I don't know. How
do you bring that up?
I'd assume.
Like, are you Tony Hawk?
Yeah,
like you can do that, but you go, you look a lot like Tony Hawk, because they probably just weren't sure, because it's probably one of those people who, you know Tony Hawk, you've seen him a million times, but maybe you just don't know exactly what he looks like, and you just automatically think it could be him.
Yeah, I don't know. My eyes are very bad. When it comes to like seeing faces in a distance. So I'm not very good at that.
Speaking of that, should we
the Seth Rogen?
What?
We were in LA
Seth Rogen.
in like West Hollywood area, kind of where like all the celebrities hang out, and we went into Starbucks because I was crashing a little bit.
The dude looked nothing like Seth Rogen.
I'm telling you, my eyes are bad. I was like, I
was telling you that. And
I was like,
you were swearing by it. You're like, I know that's Seth Rogen.
No,
I'm going to go ask him. And I was like, all right, dude, go ask him. It's not Seth Rogen.
No, I didn't. I was like I looked out like in the distance, and he was sitting kind of weird. I was like, that's something like Seth Rogen would do. Like, sit kind of weird. So I'm like, do you think that's Seth Rogen? And to my eyes, it looked exactly like him.
No. And you say my eyes are bad.
Your eyes are very bad at reading.
What?
My eyes are bad at like faces.
What are you talking about?
From a distance.
That doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, anyway, we got closer, and I was like, yeah, I don't think that's Seth Rogen. Because we sat down.
I knew it wasn't Seth Rogen the whole time. I feel like it was that one thing that you were just completely out of it. I don't know. But should we tell the story of when we were in New York?
No.
Are you sure?
Because you're gonna like make it seem like something else.
What do you mean?
It's not, dude. The way you describe it is not how it actually. The second part, the end of it.
With you following her? So
see,
you're saying?
Okay, you know what? Just tell the story, because you already made it seem like that.
So, this is the story of us seeing Jeanette McCurdy in New York.
In New York City.
Outside of the, what was it, Plaza Hotel?
Outside of,
Yeah, I think
the
it was the
Plaza
Plaza
Hotel.
So I can't, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened.
So we were walking around the corner. We're like, oh, let's check out the Plaza Hotel. It's nice.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a
festive.
sightseeing.
It was around December. It was
Christmas time.
It was like December 20 something.
It was nice. Plus, there's a bunch of famous people that go there, so we're like, hey, why not? You know, it's a sight to see. So we go there. You and our other brother, Blake, were just, I don't know, you guys were talking or something. I'm looking around because I'm like, who would I recognize here? Or like, what's going on here? So I'm just scoping the place out, and I make eye contact with this girl, this blonde girl, and then I'm like, she looks a lot like Jeanette McCurdy.
No. So
but
the way you
no. So I'm like, she looks like Jeanette McCurdy, and while I'm thinking that in my head, she is staring back at me, like as if she recognized me, and I was just like, we were just like staring at each other for like 3 minutes, and we were pretty far away. It wasn't very close, because there was crowd and she was a little in the distance, and so like I said, she looked a lot like Jeanette McCurdy. I was like trying to think in my head if it was, and why did she recognize me? So I'm turning to Alex, like
he looks freaked out.
I'm just like thinking like
like something just happened. I'm like
my mind's going a million miles per hour, shocked. It's like the thing in Good Will Hunting, or like that meme with Zach Galifianakis.
She probably saw your eyes and was like, GIF. Why is this kid looking at me like this?
No, I didn't look like that at the time, but I was like, and then she was staring at me like she knew me, and I was like, they were still talking, and I was like sitting there for like a couple seconds, and I was like, I think I just saw Jeanette McCurdy, and then you're like, what? I was like, I think that's Jeanette McCurdy,
and I was like, who's that?
And I was like, the girl from iCarly, and then I was like, you're like, are you okay? I'm like, why did she look like she recognized me? Like, I'm like trying to figure all this out.
I was like, I don't know, like, and we weren't sure it was her. So I was like, all right, let's go ask.
So she left she was with a guy or something, like her friend or something, and
I was gonna ask very casually, like,
she was really small, so we looked up her height, and she was like 5'1" or something.
Yeah, I think it was in the 4s almost.
So they were walking to. Well, our plan was to go to Central Park
next,
anyway.
Yeah.
And they were walking that way. So basically, we were kind of trailing them, but
yeah, I was like,
we were going there anyway because
I was like, let's go up and ask. And like in my head, this is where it's going to change to my story.
And then we're like, okay, so
this is where it changes to my story.
Because me and our brother Blake, and we were like, okay, go ask then. And then he was just walking up, like
no,
behind them, just like looking.
No, dude. So,
just like looking, staring at them,
listen,
like right behind her. And then we're like, what are you doing?
No. So in my head,
yeah.
So we're all walking. Sure. No, I'm like, all right, well, we got to catch up to him because we're pretty far behind. Like, so we have to walk. We don't run or anything. It's just we would have to walk pretty fast. So I'm thinking we're all going together because I was like, oh, let's go ask and see if it's her. And in my head, we're all walking together, and I get to the point to where I'm like almost there to where I can say something, like one of us could say something, and I look around. You guys are nowhere to be found. I look behind me, and you guys are like 50 yards behind me.
No, you're
and
just
now I'm like, I really look like a weirdo right
You're
now.
literally walking right behind him and like staring at her. You're literally right behind him / beside them, just staring at her.
No,
like
no,
right behind them.
dude.
And
no, because
we were just like, what is he doing?
No, because you guys, I was like, all right, we're gonna all like go up and say something, and you guys just were walking slow. So I was like, and I looked back, and you guys were way behind. I'm like, great, and I laughed. I was like starting to laugh to myself because I'm like, this looks really like bad right now.
It was bad.
And so
it was exactly what it looked like. What do you mean?
no, dude. So you guys really blew the whole thing. We could have gone up and asked her together, but you guys just decided to walk slow and ruin the whole thing. So
I mean, we were just trying to find where we should go.
no, you guys were afraid.
And I think I was looking up her height at the time. I think that's the time I was looking up the height, and then you were just already up there, like stalking them.
No.
Yeah,
You're making it. You made it seem. And I knew you were gonna like.
I didn't make it seem
like
anyway.
that. Yeah,
dude.
you did.
And that's not even why I brought it up, but I don't know.
So anyway, so yeah, you guys bailed because
we didn't bail. We were just walking like normal. You can't walk right behind a person.
if we were just walking up and like, hey, by the way, are you Jeanette McCourty or whatever her name is?
But the thing
and
is,
she either says yes or no, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what we thought.
the reason why we didn't like go
It's not
up
that
is
hard.
because like it's weird if you like run up behind them.
We
That's
weren't-
not how you do it.
no,
If you're in passing, yeah, sure.
we weren't running.
But I wasn't
up.
gonna trail her.
You go.
For
You just
however
walk
long.
up. You just walk up like, hey, excuse me, like for a second, are you Jeanette McCurdy?
Well, then why
And
didn't
it's
you do
not
it?
a big deal because I realized you guys were way behind. Now I'm like, okay, like this is not gonna go well at all because now it just like I'm the only one talking and I'm outnumbered here, so this is not gonna go well.
You're outnumbered. What is that? Were you gonna
Like
fight
if I
them?
just say like if we're all there, it's like, oh yeah, like we
Were
could have
you-
had somewhat of a conversation.
Were you gonna
but
punch Jeanette McCurdy?
no, we could have had somewhat of a conversation, but now I'm the only one going up out of like 3 people, so it just wasn't gonna work.
That doesn't matter.
No,
She recognized me. Why wouldn't she recognize you?
I felt bailed on, so
I mean, after seeing how you were walking behind them, I wasn't gonna go up there. That's for sure.
no.
No-
Anyway,
no what?
Like no, like you make it sound like it's
I'm not
something
making it
completely
sound.
different. Yes,
No,
yes,
that's
you do.
how it was, dude. I don't.
You were scared. You don't know what it was
Scared?
like. You were like shell shocked.
No, I wasn't.
So to you were probably terrified to go up and say anything.
no,
Yes, you were.
I was
because
literally.
I remember
I wasn't gonna run up behind the girl.
I remember you guys were like nervous or something.
What? Okay, see now you're defensive and now you're throwing out
I'm not
accusations out there.
defensive. You
Just
guys
'cause
were
you
like
looked, just because you
scared
looked
to go up
weird,
and ask.
just because you looked weird, you're scared. You know, you're upset about it, and then now you're starting to throw out some accusations, and that's not how this is gonna go. That's not how this story's gonna go.
You don't
The story-
dictate
the
what
story's
the story
over.
is.
The
I'm
story's
sorry, but
over.
you can't dictate.
Well, you
what
can't change. You can't change what happened, man.
I didn't change what happened.
You're trying to rewrite the story, and that's not what you do.
All right, you know what? You're
No, you're out of line, man.
no, you're
All
being ridiculous just because you were shell shocked and star shocked or whatever you call
Star
it.
shocked.
Yeah, you were just scared and nervous.
See,
it's
you're
okay.
you're just making up things now.
I'm not. You were you were shocked the whole time. You couldn't even like form
I
a
was sort of
sentence.
looking up what.
You couldn't.
Okay,
You couldn't
see-
get the words out.
See, I see what you're doing here.
I'm not.
And
I'm not doing
you-
anything.
it's okay. You're in a vulnerable place right now because you were following her. But do you have anything for show or movie? Since we're on actresses and actors.
No. Other than the fact that you got scared, but it's okay.
Okay, I didn't get scared, but even if I did, it would. You know, it's a celebrity. So I mean,
Oh.
it wouldn't matter. So I don't know why you're saying that, but that we also did see that same because we were hanging out.
Oh,
For
we
a-
gotta
We
hydrate,
were
by
hanging
the
out
way.
for a little. Oh, we were hanging out for a little bit, and on the walk back, we also walked by the Ritz Carlton, and we also saw Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he was
Out
going
there.
to the Brooklyn game.
Yeah.
And that was like a month before.
It was like
whole
2
thing.
months, I think.
Yeah, it was like a month
2
or
months
two.
before he died. But yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah, but that's all I got for social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
And now we're on movies or shows.
Yeah, we were on that.
Huh?
We were on that.
What are you talking about?
We were on it already.
No, we weren't.
Yep. Go for it.
What are you talking about?
What do you have?
Anyway, I have Claws. We watched it last night or 2 nights ago. I can't remember.
And you did not want you would not watch it.
See, the animation was kind of cheap, in my opinion.
Well,
it was like a.
Wasn't very cheap.
I don't know.
It was new. It was different, and you didn't like it.
Well, let me speak for myself. Like, come on here.
Well, I'm just saying.
Anyway, yeah. So I think overall it was a good movie. It kind of gave a different spin on like Santa Claus, and it was interesting.
It was a different thing of how it developed into Santa Claus. But yeah.
So anyway, that's all I had. It was a decent movie.
It was good.
Wasn't great. Wasn't awful.
It was, it's a new Christmas movie. Who knows if it will turn into a classic? We don't know. Time will tell.
Yeah. So we're on to questions.
All right.
So would you rather be able to undo or copy and paste in real life?
Wait, what?
Would you rather to use it, like undo in real life or copy and paste?
Probably undo. I don't know. How am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to think about here?
What? I don't know. Use your brain.
Like people,
I don't know what to.
What?
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna answer the question because
I mean, you should have.
I don't know if you're capable with this.
You should have started with that.
I
think you're giving me some context that isn't there, or you're not giving me context.
So I would rather use copy and paste because then I could like duplicate things, and so I don't know. I wouldn't want to undo because I don't want to like if you undo too many things, you kind of get in the habit of it and stuff, and you kind of take advantage of moments. So I think copy and paste would be nice because I could infinitely copy and paste money.
Well, think about
things.
it this way. Think about it this way though. If you have undo, you can literally find solutions rather than living through experience. You already have the experience, so you can just do it all right the first time. Whatever it is. It's like
well, how do you know that was the right way to do it?
You can try it as many times as you want if you have the undo button.
Yeah, but you don't really see it through. So you don't really know if it's the actual outcome is the right way.
Well, depends what it is. Depends short term, long term, whatever. I mean, not saying you're going to use it for everything, but it might be useful for short term things.
So I would rather do copy and paste.
Think about it.
You would rather do undo.
Undo, I say, is like going back in time or taking back a mistake. Hello?
You were talking like you were going to say something.
I asked you a question.
No, you didn't ask me a question.
I did.
You said you said I'm thinking of undo as either going back in time or taking back a mistake.
Yeah,
and then that's how you
go on to say something.
No, I have nothing to say to that because I wanted to copy and paste.
All right, man, just whatever. You're supposed to add into these things, but yeah, no. I take yeah. I guess I could do whatever I want with it. So undo.
Undo.
I guess. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. If someone was to give you a thumbs down in real life, is it worse than the middle finger?
Depends how they're doing it. If they're doing it with a facial expression, or if they're going or like something like that. Yeah, I could see how that's worse than the middle finger because No,
I'd rather do the thumbs down because the middle finger is kind of more aggressive.
You would rather? Is it doing it or is it getting it? Like someone doing it to you? That's what you read.
No, so if I was pissed off, I'd rather flick someone off than give a thumbs down.
No, but what's the question?
There was no question.
What?
I didn't say a question. I'm saying that I
No,
would rather
what's
if
what's
I saw
the original question?
if someone was to give you
Yeah, give you, not you.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm giving both examples. You didn't let me finish.
Well, that's not the question.
But if I were to receive it, I think middle finger would be more aggressive than a thumbs down. So I'd rather get a thumbs down.
You'd rather give a thumbs down.
No,
That's what you were saying.
no. I'd rather
originally.
get a thumbs down. I'd rather give a middle finger. All right, you're just confused. You're confused.
I'd rather give and get a middle finger.
Why? Then it's more offensive. If you'd rather,
We're both flicking each other off. It's a fair game, you know.
all right. Next question: how much money would it take for Cody to live shave his mustache?
Oh, I actually thought about this. Well, I mean, I've grown attached to it. I mean, I'm really attached to it, so it would have to be probably a couple $100.
Couple hundred, huh?
Yeah.
And the second part of that question is, how much money would it take for Alex to grow a stash for a month? I think the level of discomfort, it starts to get a little uncomfortable. And see, Cody's realizing that right now. And
No, I'm not. I'm just playing with it.
I think it's just after so many days, it starts to look kind of bad. So for a whole month, I would probably have
Looks
to
great
double.
on me.
I would probably have to double whatever Cody would shave it live for. So I don't know.
Well, you know what? I take it back and I will double whatever yours is. Yeah, that's right.
Well, you can't just double mine. You already
just
gave your
did.
price.
Yeah, I don't know, a couple $100 to double what Alex. But yeah, no, I like it now, especially it's in that peak time. If I am going to keep it for like Christmas or New Year's, I want it to be full grown. So, plus I want to see it through. You know, I want to see how long it gets and how full it gets. Especially because this is my first time doing it, you know. But yeah.
So yeah. First thing, what would be the first thing you would do if you became president?
First thing I would do if I became president,
I would
probably well, technically ride on Air Force One, right? Or
okay. Let's
depends
say
what business.
you start in the Oval Office.
so I just appear in the Oval Office one day, you know, just
That's when
it's like a
you're.
wish.
Let's just say that's when you're officially the president.
Okay. I'd probably just take a walk around or eat some good food. You know, get a tour of the Oval Office or eat as much as I want. I don't know. Probably do something cool that I get like a benefit of being president. I don't know.
Oh, you know what I would do? I would look into the most
Oh, you know what?
like that's
I would
not
get,
public. All the
I would get
information that's
briefed.
not public.
I would get briefed on aliens. That's what I would do.
I wouldn't stop at aliens. I would get briefed on every single thing that I haven't heard of that has been going on. So like any like conspiracy, any story, anything that kind of applies to life now. And I'd probably
Well, I
ask
think-
about like the past of like,
I think you'd get you'd be pretty terrified.
I don't think I would get terrified. I think, it is what it is.
I think you need to sit down. Sleep it
I would
off.
be sitting down.
So that's the first
And then
thing
I would
you'd
go do something like fun.
So the first thing you would do is sit down.
No, I already told you. I'm already sitting in the Oval Office.
so you wouldn't stand up.
Huh?
Never mind. Yeah, I mean that's tough. Probably just something, whatever's like right there. I'd probably do. Probably get briefed, and then I think that's the first thing they do anyway. It's just brief you on everything. So probably that.
I feel like everything relevant, though. I don't think they just completely lay out every single thing. I feel like you kind of have to learn things as you're going.
I mean, they give
because there's only so much.
They tell you all the important stuff. Because literally, if there's a war that day, you have to know everything.
I mean, you don't have to know everything. Like, there's only so much they can tell you within a certain amount of time.
Well, all the important stuff.
You probably start out with a lot of meetings in the beginning. The first, like, couple months, it's probably just all meetings. And then I think it kind of calms down. It probably calms down after the first year, and you can kind of do whatever you want and organize your day. I don't know. Other than, like if you delegate things correctly, being a president, I mean, it's going to have its high stress situations, but you can kind of manage a lot of stuff to decently well. Because there's a lot of positions that they just have to ask you for permission. Like, hey, can we go forward with this? Or
well, it's a lot of work, you know.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of reading, a lot of writing.
A lot of speeches.
A lot of memorization.
Yeah, definitely.
You would need supplements.
Huh? Who would need supplements?
Well, you. I mean, I know your brain can't remember anything. So
you need supplements.
Yeah,
you like were forgetting something last podcast that was just obvious.
That was you, man.
So you don't even remember.
You don't remember. You're misremembering.
Anyway,
what do we have more questions? Or
yes.
Okay.
Last question. First purchase if you won the lottery, and I'm assuming that this question had the
okay. How much money?
Well, let me finish. I'm assuming that this question had the concept of like unlimited money. So
unlimited.
Let's just say
it's got to be a Lambo.
Unlimited money.
Got to be a Lambo or a Bugatti. So that'd be my first purchase.
No, I would probably buy a house first. I wouldn't buy a nice car first.
I'd literally drive straight to the. Well, you would need to go get the house. So what are you going to drive your old beat up car? No, I don't think so. I would drive straight. Unlimited money, of course.
You wouldn't want to drive. I wouldn't want to drive. So I would drive. No, I'd hire a driver.
I would drive straight after I got my ticket, winning ticket, all my money, blah blah blah, wired in the bank. Drive straight to the dealership, get a brand new car, and then whip it around. Probably go home, go show friends, go show family my new car, and then let them drive it, and then I'd probably chill out to see what else I'd want to buy, and make some smart investments, and maybe buy a bunch of people gifts.
I don't know. I think the first thing I would buy is I'd probably hire a driver in one of those Mercedes-Benz.
The Maybach.
No, not a Maybach. What are those? The vans. I can't think. Why can't I think of it? Anyway, the decked out vans. Not like the vans, but they're more like
the
boxy.
Shoes?
They're kind of taller. Why can't I think of a sprinter van? A decked out sprinter van. Sprinter van.
You would have to like wait.
No, I wouldn't. You can go in the dealership. They have them.
And you're just going to hire some guy at the dealership to drive you around? What?
I would hire a driver on the spot.
Yeah, you're not.
Well, to start, I'd probably hire like, hey,
you're not going
hey, how much to get you out of this place and just drive me around for.
Just get the guy who drives the shuttles. Except I had a bad experience with somebody driving the shuttles at dealership. Nothing too bad. He was just running stop signs, and it was a little scary.
Oh, speaking of that, I don't want to get really into this too much, but one of the scariest rides we've had in an Uber, or it was in LA. Was it Uber or Lyft? I think it was Uber actually.
So and we need compensation.
in LA. That was scary.
The guy was going like 90 in a 30.
Yeah, so the guy's like looking forward. We get in. I'm like, hey, what's up? How's your night? Whatever. Because we're kind of calling it a little early. It's like 11.
Yeah, we're calling it early, but for some reason I'll tell you what made me feel this way is, first of all, we start driving and then I noticed the guy's playing the weirdest music I've ever heard. It's like a house, but it's like super trippy and like dark. I don't know.
Yeah, very weird music.
Very weird. And I felt like I was on drugs. I don't know what was going on with that music.
It was very strange. It was almost like, oh, maybe this is just on, and then each song kept getting kind of weirder. It was like a house, but like
it was like an uncanny feeling, like from the music. I was like, how does he like this stuff? Like I feel weird just listening to it.
Very, very strange.
Weirdest music I've ever heard in my life.
But he's like driving. He's like, he says, he just says what's up and then looks straight forward, doesn't talk for the rest of the thing, blasts the music.
He's like swerving in and out of lanes.
It's like illegally. I think he thought he was like Baby Driver, and we're just gonna call him Baby Driver because he would stop and then speed up through a 20, going like 60 or 70. And
I think he ran like a red light too.
Oh my gosh, he did so much illegal stuff, and I'm like,
I'm terrified. I'm watching
the whole time the navigation on my phone, but I'm trying to act like, because I think he's like can see through the rearview mirror.
I kept looking at his navigation because he had his phone up on the thing, and I was like, I see like 20 something minutes. And I was like, crap.
Yeah, so I'm like looking, I'm like acting like I'm on my phone, and I'm just like watching this navigation the whole time, like just get us there, please. And I mean, we probably cut off a good like 10 minutes. We probably cut the ride time in half because he was going so fast on the highway. And
meanwhile, it's LA too, and there's still traffic.
Yeah. And I remember there's this one point in the drive where we're in the fast lane, and he was just going like, he would have had to be going like 110, 120.
This is
at this point, and
this is the highest speed differential. I'm gonna say. I'm going to put it in those terms, that I've ever been in a car weaving through traffic.
Yeah, he would have had to go. He would have had to be going at least 120 at the point I'm thinking, because it's kind of the point of where, like, you're going so fast like 100 forward that if anything happened, like, you're just flipping. So we're like going, and all of a sudden I didn't know if it was the road or because it felt like a flat tire, like we had flat tires. So I'm like, great, this guy's driving like this, and we just got like flat tires, like going this fast. I'm like,
yeah, I think you asked me when I was in the car.
No, I said it after, but he was like we felt it, like where it has that like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, maybe it's the road, and then he's like, we like keep going, and it's still doing it, so I'm like, maybe we have flats. So I was just like freaking out the whole time, like sweating. I was like, sweating.
Yeah, maybe you told me after, and then I think I was thinking the same thing. Because I was like, if we lose control, we're screwed.
Yeah, I just remember thinking like, once we get off the highway, like we're good, and then we got off the highway, and he kept speeding through.
Yeah, he
like
kept
even
speeding.
slow parts.
That was
15
even
mile per hour.
scarier.
He was going like 70. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And like it was like a red light. It's been a red light for a while. We're like way back, and we're almost at our hotel. And then he just guns it. I was like, oh, here we go. This is it.
So I'm just like, I'm like, what does this guy have to gain from it? I don't think he gets any more money.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, okay.
He seemed like a Russian like mercenary to me.
Yeah, so
like, that was my take on him.
We just got a comment say, why didn't you say anything? Because through the
music
from the context clues, it seemed like he was trying to like kidnap us or kill us.
I thought he would have killed me.
I thought he was gonna like just drive us somewhere. So I was like, you know what? It looks like we're going the right direction. So let me just not say anything.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is he had all 5 stars. So I'm like, what? Maybe he was having an episode in the middle of it. I don't know.
I don't know what.
But I don't know. There's like that was the one time where I was like, after that, I was like, I don't know if I want to like Uber or anything anymore. So it was really scary actually. But after that, we kind of used Lyft a lot more. Not for that reason, but just because it was a lot cheaper. And all the Lyft drivers were super nice. Like all the other drivers were super cool after that, but it was just that one.
But, that was sketch.
Yeah. Man, that was scary. But yeah.
You guys got a good amount of stories today.
Yeah, we had a lot of story time. Today was all about story time. But thanks guys for listening and watching. And we are going to podcast Monday. So keep an eye out for that. We have a YouTube vlog that's going to be posting.
We have to
probably Saturday, probably tomorrow. So we'll probably have that vlog posted tomorrow afternoon or evening.
Yeah, and then we're gonna find new fun games to Twitch stream. So we're gonna see what would be the most fun, and figure that out. And then I'll add some more Tiralosi twin points that you can use, like redeem to kind of guide us through the game. So I'll come up with those when we find out the game.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for watching and listening. And again, this is the Tiralosi Twins podcast, the #1 podcast